standing with the White Hawk team during the national anthem. You'll get to see them play a little game during intermission. Here they come. There's your White Hawks Warrior youth. I think they're all probably about this U6 level. Most of these varsity players can remember playing at this age, doing this same exact thing. They all got their assigned to a player. What's up?
Good afternoon and welcome to Daily Arena on the campus of Westonka High School for this afternoon's matchup featuring the Tigers of Varsity High School and your Westonka Southwest Christian Whitehawks. The final request for cooperation was held by coaches and officials in a positive manner. Let's put together good sportsmanship to make them memorable for these young women. This is their time, this is their place, and this is their game. Unauthorized personnel are prohibited from entering the playing area at any time. Please note that the entire Westonka campus is tobacco-free. And now for our starting lineups. The Tigers, at wing, number 17, Peyton Dubuque.
Tigers started
number 22, Abigail Foley. At center, number 15, Brooklyn Mock. Defense number 5, Avery Kennesu. Defense number 21, Eva Polander. And goal, number 30, Lily Sumter. Tigers are led by Quincy Weiss, Chris Foley, and Derek Smith.
Okay, you're gonna have to stay. I want to make sure to get
now for the Whitehawks starting lineup. At the wing, we have number 9, Marilyn Dempsey.
Hey!
At wing number 33, Lizzie Callahan. At center, number 19, Georgia Harmer. On defense, number 13, Allie Butler. On defense, number 28, Emma Butler. And goal, number 35, Savannah Waholia. The goals were led by the UA Warriors, number 64, Dwayne May Brown, number 13, Valerie Meehan, number 28, Lyndon Willis, number 19, Lady Sturgis, number 9, Emma Knudsen, and number 33, Alexis Sloat. The Whitehawks are led by Larry Lowell, assisted by Tina Press and Claire Durkee. The time we ask you, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Okay. Thank you.
really cool.
It's not easy, but there you go.
I feel like I accomplished something today.
Yeah, that works. What's going on, man? Yeah, for sure. I just kind of left it there. Tell me where he's at, too.
All right, Whitehawks fans, we just dropping the puck here. Off we go. I'll give you some stats on this Marshall team here in a bit once we get going. Lizzie, puck comes ripping around the side here. Butler, here comes Marshall. They got to retrieve here. They drive in. Blahoviak making that save. Puck comes out. Marshall trying to put it back in. Can't get it deep. Butler up along the boards to Kohler. Kohler trying to chip it out. Does. Johnson on puck on her stick. Turns it over on the red line. There's a shot. Save. Rebound. Butler in the corner. Defending. Johnson there now. Kohler trying to escape. Tried to get a stick on it. Oh, that's hit a player. Icing waved off. Sturgis on the attack. Knee neighbor. Bodie out on top with it. Here come the Hawks. Harmer got bottled. That was Bodie getting bottled up there on the top. Hawks battling here on the bottom. Twilliger throws it to Kohler. Kohler chips it lightly. Bodie now with it. A lot of energy from both teams here. Chipped in the middle. Here comes Moline. Moline off her stick. Here comes Marshall. Diving into the zone. Drag. Nice pass. Good shot from Marshall. Just a little bit wide there. That goes wide. Shot. Armor. Now they enter the zone. Hawks do. Trying to get some zone time here. Omen backs off as Harmer crashes in. Allie Butler chips it back into the corner. She stays deep. Omen's going to back off. Omen walks the line a bit. Chucks it in. Hits the ref. Omen backs off. Looks up the ice. Sees a lane. Dives into the zone. Puts one in on net. Harmer tried to hit Omen. Just couldn't hold his own. Butler looks across up the ice to Callahan. Here comes Callahan. Callahan diving, fires one and scores! Callahan goes up and over the shoulder of the goalie. Buries that one. Hawks go up one. Lizzie getting the Hawks on the board. That ever important first goal. See how they respond here. Both sides. Zoomed out a little bit there. Johnson, Marshall winning that face-off. Hawks had a few struggles on face-offs the other night against Delano. Sturgis leaks out, spins around, centers it. Ooh, Kohler was on the back door. Puck gets bottled up in the corner. Callahan from Butler on that last goal. Puck goes up in the air. Kohler kicks it around into the corner. Kohler battling. Pins the girl up. Marshall play up in the wall. Here comes Marshall. Knee neighbor pulling it behind the net. Puts the brakes on. Looks up to Sturgis. Sturgis sees Kohler across the ice. Kohler chips it ahead. Here comes Kohler. Kohler fires one in. Shot deflected wide. Goalie tracked that one. They're going to have to wind up. This might be the good player from Marshall. She dives into the zone. She scores. The Hawks D getting pressured there. Marshall able to grab that angle. I'm assuming that's their good player there. Here comes 15 again. Butler getting a body on that one. Terwilliger in the corner. Moline playing physical in the corner. Hawks is trying to get it out of the zone right now. Marshall able to control a little. There's a shot. Misses the net by a few feet. Centering. Lizzie, or that's Butler getting tied up. She flicks it out to the wall. Terwilliger trying to body up against the player there. Butler needing some help. Puck gets centered. Bodie cleans that out of there. Puck's right in the middle. Hawks, that'll be a nice. It's like Harmer taking the space off. Omen pulls it back. Puts the brakes on. Hawks trying to break out. Kohler trying to stretch. Here comes Callahan. Callahan breaks through the D. Callahan's going to have a one-on-two. Fires it, gets saved. Callahan went from a bit of a deep move there, got the goalie down. I'd like to see her just rip that one. Omen flips that one ahead. Callahan's got a ripper of a shot. Omen pinches down aggressive. Puck trying to stay in. It comes out. Gets pushed back deep. Up to Callahan. Callahan surveys. Tries to hit Farmer. And that's going to be a nice. Oh, icing waved off. Puck comes up against the boards here. Omen up ahead to trying to hit Kohler. Kohler flicks it on in. Hawks now go on the attack. Sturgis behind the net, wraps around. Goalie was not quite ready for that. Bodie with the puck on her stick. She'll throw it in. It gets taken away. Sturgis behind the net. Marshall pulling it behind the net. Johnson pressuring. Marshall trying to escape. They had some speed if they were able to get out of there. Here comes Kohler. She gets broken up along the blue line. Bodie floats it out to Moline. Moline trying to get there and drop it in. She does successfully. She pushes that in. Terwilliger. Neighbor. He's got to work back. This player's got a little bit of speed. Good stick by Neighbor. able to get in there and disrupt that. Here comes Moline. Moline trying to get turned around, and puck comes off the wall up to Marshall. Good play by Bodie, stepping up into the play. Bodie has Moline on the backside. Still driving it. Shot. Good shot by Bodie, driving the net hard. Moline gets bottled up there. Omen now back on D. Defends, breaks that up. Dempsey playing it back. Blahoviak throws that behind the net. Omen puts the brakes on. Hawks trying to escape. They can't. So watch number 15 there. She has their goal so far. That shot on Blahoviak. That goes wide. Omen trying to hit it out of the zone. Hawks fire it out of the zone. Gets deflected. Callahan hunting. Puck getting kicked around here in the neutral zone a little bit. Butler's going to step up. Butler steps up. Surveying. Centered. Shot. Save. Harmer. Omen walks the line. Omen fires it over to Butler. Butler spins around. Draws it, the defender in. Here comes Marshall. Callahan and Harmer defending. Good stick there by Harmer. Puck comes across. Hawks get caught, kind of watching. There's a shot of Blahoviak up against the netting. We'll have a face-off in zone. So, good back and forth action. 7:37 here left in the first. Shots 5-2 Whitehawks. 1-1. No penalties yet, either team. Neighbor battling there in the corner. Kohler kicks it ahead, not quite out. Neighbor, puck on her stick, flicks it up to Sturgis. Sturgis with some room. Johnson on her right, shoots, rebound. Johnson can't hammer that one home. Had a glimmer of space there, but not able to knock that one in and finish it. 7:17 left here. Johnson will take this face-off. Marshall wins the face-off. Hawks able to chip it down. Up to Emma Butler. Emma Butler fires one in. And handcuff the goalie. Puck still loose. Marshall looking to break out. Number 15, again, is their really good player. Neighbor defends well, but she comes away with it. 15 riding it. Nice pass. 15 put a laser pass there on her teammate's stick, but not able to. Lizzie was looking to break out. Couldn't quite handle that pass as it hit a couple players in front. Lizzie pressing up against the puck in the wall there. Puck does come out. Marshall will flip it in on Blahoviak. Blahoviak covers it up. So 6:18 left here. Moline trying to. He centered it to Butler. Couldn't get the puck through. Butler was streaking down the middle. Butler hanging low. Putting some pressure on. Moline. Butler ends up finding the puck back on her stick. Butler surveys. The brakes on. Throws it back. To Dahl against the wall. Center to Twilliger. Twilliger fires one in. That puck was loose. just past the post. Good pressure there by the Hawks. You got to keep the pressure on. Good job by Moline. Separating the player from the puck. Moline digging it out of there with Terwilliger. Bodie flips it in the corner. Hawks battling here, trying to hold the line. They can't. Omen sees the puck here. They're going to go. Catch him. Catch him. Omen catch him in the mid-change. Omen will fire one in on net. Goalie makes a glove save. Omen went high. That's for Lizzie. Here comes Kohler. Kohler tries a backhand. Omen D'ing up. Good play by Omen. D'ing up. Watching both players as they both came into the zone. They flick it back. Kohler decides to ice it. And it hits a player on the way out. So we'll have a face-off in zone. 4:39 left here in the first period. Shots 9-5. Johnson taking this face-off. Shot went wide and dribbled past the post. Sturgis will streak down the side. Pull the puck in towards her. Try to find a player out front. No one was there quite yet. That'll be a nice. And we'll push it back down this way. Callahan pressuring in the corner. Trying to get some control. Below. Number 3. Harmer. Callahan. Callahan throws it back into the corner to Harmer. Harmer gets bottled up in the corner. Hawks trying to get some shots here. They get bottled up and spun off the puck. Marshall trying to eject out of the zone. Holman gets a good stick on it. Harmer comes out. And Marshall able to push it back in the zone. Holman will look up the ice. She'll fire it. Hit Lizzie. Lizzie surveys. Hits Harmer. Just out of the outstretched stick of Harmer. Hawks will have to defend here. There's a shot. Omen with a good block. Here comes Callahan. Callahan fires one up. Can't hit the escaping Dahl. Omen will have to spin backwards. Hawks retreat into neutral. Williger with some pressure. Oops. Bodie defends well there. Omen pulls the puck out of the corner. Looks up the ice. Pulls it back. Hits her defense partner, Greta. Bodie pulls that one up off the glass. Sonia pushes it across the blue line. Hawks trying to create some opportunities here. Up off the wall they go. Bodie had it go past her stick. Williger. Hawks not able to get anything going forward. Omen puts the brakes on. Centering. Puck gets bounced off a stick. Omen goes down, loses an edge, gets caught up in some skates. Sturgis asks for the puck. They break out. Hazel dives in. That's a penalty. Hazel gets tackled. And we'll have the first power play here. Shots 9-6. 2:05 left here in the first. Harmon Kohler, Callahan, Omen, Butler. There's a face-off win from Callahan. Callahan up to Butler. Omen. Let me pull that pass back. Omen patiently works behind the net. Finds Butler on top. Butler fires one in. That's deflected up into the netting. Kohler. It's Callahan. Callahan entering the zone. He gets pushed up off the puck. Tries to hit Kohler. Kohler. Patient. Harmer into the corner. Kohler has to go off her stick. And they're going to bring it up. Kohler drags. Leaves it for Harmer. Harmer surveys. Finds Butler. Omen goes across to Butler. Up to Callahan. Callahan working it up across the line. Hawks with a minute left here on this power play. Let's see if they can generate some offense. Harmer gets pinned in the boards. Callahan's still out there. Finds Omen. Omen. Back to Callahan. A little bit different spacing today on this power play. Omen. She'll fire one in. Shot. Save out front. Callahan comes in. Blasts one. They score! Breaking through on the power play. Omen flicked it in from the blue line. Rebound. Callahan to Kohler, and they finished that one. So the Hawks go up 2-1. Started off with some good puck movement, moving it up on top, getting the puck on net, rebound, and some scraps out front. So Hawks taking advantage of that power play and able to capitalize. Those are the ones you got to capitalize on. So Hawks putting pucks to the net, cleaning some stuff up. So Sturgis. Kohler. Five seconds left here. Marshall looking to break through. Lahoviak watches it go past. She kicks it into the corner. And that'll wrap up the first period with the Hawks up 2-1. Shots 11-6. We'll be back. Hopefully the break is not as long as it was against Delano the other night. There'll be no skaters, basketball players trying to shoot pucks, except there'll be little kids on the ice for a few minutes. But we'll be back. All right, the Hawks back in action here. Hawks scoring at the end of that period. Here comes Callahan with Butler on her left. She's going to fire that one in. Shot save. Butler waiting for a juicy rebound. Not available. Callahan's shot there went low and left. Her goal was up over the shoulder, so we'll see how she continues to target this goalie. Puck goes flying into the air here. Hawks keep it in. Sturgis kicking it around a little bit. Over to Kohler. Kohler bottled up. Sturgis gets it on her stick. She tried to center it. Couldn't get through traffic. Johnson fires one in. Just goes past the post. Bodie creates some space. Tries to hit Johnson. Goes off her stick. Good job by Butler to prevent that breakout. Kohler pushes it back across the blue line. Marshall will have to reset. Neighbor getting a stick on it, trying to get it out of the zone. That gets lost. And a couple skates there. Bodie trying to hit Kohler up aside the boards here. Icing waved off. Hit a skate on the way up. Kohler finds Twilliger. Twilliger pushing one towards the net. Rebounded. Save. Marshall. Harmer taking that face off. Callahan, Holman, Butler out there. Dempsey. Oop, Marshall girl loses an edge. Hawks kicking around a little bit, creating some chaos behind the net and in front. And the Marshall goalie hops on that and stops play. Hawks doing a good job limiting shots according to the board. Marshall with only 6 shots. They had that one goal on the breakaway here in the first period. But Hawks doing a good job shutting a lot of that opportunity. Callahan peels it off the wall. Tries to hit Dempsey across. That gets deflected. Harmer has to go behind her. Butler waits on it, looks across, throws it over to Omen. Omen up against the boards. Gets in the way of the ref. Puck comes in. Butler up to Callahan. Callahan dials up one to Harmer. Nice pass. Harmer fires one in. Dempsey on the backside. She'll try to get. Oh, Dempsey goes into the wall. No penalty. The players just kind of fell there. Omen with a stick on it. Callahan looking to kick it forward. Omen with another stick on it. Puck comes out. Still race ahead. Butler. Omen, there's a shot. Hawks defended that one. Okay, Omen loses her stick. Callahan ices it. Hawks will need a change. Lahoviak playing some good goalie there. We'll have a face-off down on the left side. Marshall flings one on net, low on Lahoviak. Rebound out front. Pad rebound. I think, yep. Marshall with a little bit of pressure here. They had a solid run in. Marshall brings out their good player, number 15. She'll be taking the face-off here. Larry rolls out a different set of 3. Hawks need a face-off win here. Johnson will take this face-off. Face-off, nice job. Butler pulls that back. Kohler can't get there, though. We had the face-off, and Hawks not able to escape. Butler pushed into the boards. Johnson battling. Knee neighbor. She'll activate. The neighbor trying to hit Kohler. Kohler. Puck's going to come back in. Nice pass by Marshall. They went off the wall, tried to get that angle bounce, and puck comes out. Sturgis is going to pressure. Gets caught up in the ref's skates for a second there. Kicks around in the neutral zone. Again, Marshall doing a good job with in-zone pressure. Shots now 15-8. Kohler can't get it out. Hawks a little bit under duress right now. Marshall, and they ice it. So Marshall putting some pressure early on here in period 2 on the Hawks. Shots now 15-8. With 12:32 left here in the second. Marshall wins that faceoff. Yep. Bodie in the corner battling. Here comes Callahan. Callahan flips it up and out. Icing waved off. Good hustle by the Hawks. It's Dempsey down there. Battling in the corner. Gets peeled off the puck. Here comes Marshall. Callahan gets a stick on it. Bodie up against the boards. That gets deflected. Into the zone it comes again. Again, Marshall with a little more pressure here. Callahan from Harmer working it in. Callahan gets pushed into the boards pretty hard there. Harmer grinding in the corner. Dempsey now with it. Puck gets pushed up. Callahan goes down with the other player. Here comes 15. Watch her. Here comes Alec. Butler takes a swipe at her. Gets around her. She fires one up and over the net. Puck's going to come all the way around. Stretched ice pass there to 15. Omen's going to push it up. Goes off the board. It's Williger. Williger working it in. She fires one in. Shot. Save Moline. Moline was on the doorstep. That's a nice. Moline with a good opportunity on that rebound. Twilliger with a good shot. Had some space. Walked in between a couple of players. Had a good offensive opportunity there. Not able to cash that in. See if Hawks can turn up the pressure a little bit. Ooh, that's a dangerous pass. That gets tipped off there. Hawks got to reset. Hawks avoiding that breakout there. They'll continue to pressure. That's a nice. 10:26 here left in the second. Shots now 16-9. Williger grinding through that face-off. They tried to pull Allen out for a shot there, but couldn't. Omen will retrieve here on D. He'll step up along with Butler. Could have been dangerous there. Both of them stepped up. Omen looking up the ice, looking for an opportunity. Nice pass up to Grillo. Grillo fired that one in on net. Oops. Hawks change. Kohler. She'll dial one up. Pad save up high by the Marshall goalie. Sturgis goes down. Spins back up. There's a shot leaking out in front. Butler will put one in on net. Save. Hawks trying to kick it in. Can't. Butler is very deep. Butler wheeling through. She'll fire one in. That hits some traffic. Omen will eject. That'll be nice. Another icing. So Hawks now turning the tide a little bit with some pressure. Harmer. Oop, puck's loose out front. Hawks. Puck's loose. Callahan trying to get some air on that one. Hit the goalie's pad. They're trying to break out. Puck gets tipped. Bodie with some good speed back and icing again. That is probably well, I don't lost track. Quite a few icings here. So Hawks putting some pressure on. Shots now 20-9. 2-1 here with 9:19 left here in the second. Face off into the corner. Marshall ripping it around. Butler can't hold the line. Ullman misses it. Włochowiak, puck slowed down on Ullman there briefly. Unable to. Ullman loses her stick. Unable to get a stick on that. They recover though. Nice chip up to Harmer. Harmer pushes it ahead. Harmer looking for a player. Butler puts a shot on net. Callahan is open here if they can find her. There's a shot that goes towards the net. Harmer flips one towards the net. Gets a shot. Ullman goes into the corner. Marshall. Butler was out of the zone there. Callahan pressures. Ullman's going to step up. Pushes it back into the zone. Ullman again off the boards. Hawks playing some good neutral zone D. Butler is going to get called for a penalty there, I think. Butler getting called for a hold, so Hawks are going to have to go kill. Penalty here. Eight minutes left here in the second. Hawks to kill the Butler penalty. Puck comes up to the top. Sturgis, Nienaber out there. Good stick by Nienaber. Trying to disrupt. Butler defending out front. Butler engages. Nienaber engages. Nienaber's going to get a stick on that one. Just rip that thing down the ice. You can't. That puck comes out. There we go. Kohler wisely backhanded into the zone deep. She was outnumbered there. Wasn't going to get a chance. Marshall surrounded her pretty quickly. Butler will step up into it. Good job by Kohler again. Kohler surveys, backs off. Nice play by Butler. Emma Butler patiently letting traffic kind of pause around her a little bit and then ripped it down the ice to disrupt that. Butler again. Butler wheels in softly, pushes it down. Hawks will change. Callahan, Harmer, Nienaber out there right now on the kill. Butler, has to go past her stick. Butler again rips it up the ice. Didn't get it all the way down here. So the Hawks can recover here. Butler, nice D by Butler. She's playing a good game today. Good aggressive play by Emma Butler. Callahan goes on the attack. She gets caught behind the puck here. She's got to recover. Harmer's got to recover. Ullman in position with Butler. They make a save. Another press down by Emma Butler. A good shift by Emma Butler. A good kill. Harmer, she's in the... Harmer takes a bit of a loose arm to the face. Here comes Callahan, always dangerous with the puck. She dives in. She's going to fire one. She weaves through traffic. I don't know if she actually got a shot off there. Here comes Marshall. Ullman defending well. Ullman put the flames out on that one. Bodie, it's bottled up. Ullman watching. Hits Callahan. Callahan, at the end of her shift, tries to hit Ullman. Here comes Ullman and Kohler. Ullman streaking up the ice. Bodie holds the wall well. Saves it for Kohler. Kohler trying to get some shot on that one. That shot, Johnson on the backside. Up and over the net. Sturgis was there. Another shot. Johnson scored. Hawks with a ton of pressure out front. Barry won. Hawks go up 3-1. Good pressure all around there by the Hawks. Caitlin Johnson bearing one out front on a nice rebound. Hawks didn't allow much opportunity on that power play. Here comes Twilliger. Twilliger up to Moline. Centering. Knee neighbors got to retreat. 4:54 here left. Marshall's got some fast skaters. We've seen him get around our D a couple times today. Nice pass up to Moline. Nice stopper. Moline. She's going to get a shot up. Shot saved. Juicy rebound. Hawks with an opportunity right there. Terwilliger. Hawks playing with a little bit more pep in their step. I don't know what we're going to have here. Probably an offside call. Yeah, so Hawks have changed a few. Callahan working up against the wall. She'll attempt to dump it in. Keeps the pressure on. Bodie pressure's up. Butler puts that in. Can't get it deep. Here comes Callahan with an opportunity. Walking in. She gets pulled down. It's back up. Trying to weave through traffic. It's tripped up again. Callahan playing a little bit of D there. Marshall trying to get it ahead. Butler. She'll pull it off a stick. Puck crosses the blue line. Here comes Marshall. There's a shot. Wicked shot there, number 15. Again, can't let her shoot. Callahan up on the wall, trying to kick it up to Harmer. Harmer would have been escaping. Butler. Surveys. Up to Callahan, a little hot off the boards. Puck comes back in. Hawks is kicking it around a little bit. Harmer swinging at it. Here comes Marshall. There's a shot. It's Bodie. Bodie back against the boards, up against the wall here. Here comes a shot by Marshall. Played smoothly by Blahoviak. Hawks having a hard time getting it out right now. Puck does come out, so take that. Long shift to there. Butler. There's a shot. Defended well. Hawks here on their heels a little bit. Just need to get it out of the zone. Harmer trying to dig it out. Bodie's going to get a chance. Might just ice it here. Bodie up against the wall. Marshall unable to retrieve it in the zone. Harmer hits Sturgis. Hawks struggling to get it out of the zone right now, and Blahoviak makes the save. So 3-1 is the score now. 2:29 here left in the second. Shots 25-11. Omen Butler out on D here. Caitlin Johnson taking the space off. Sturgis trying to poke it out of there. Again, the puck's been in the zone here for a lengthy period of time. Omen, she gets pushed up against the boards. Clears it out for Sturgis. Sturgis looking for Harmer. I'm sorry, that was Kohler. Let's stretch her stick. Kohler aggressively steps up. Good play by Butler. Omen steps in front of that, stops that. Puck does come out. I don't think that's an icing. Nope. Icing waved off. Sturgis into the corner. Johnson still try to hit Omen, but can't get up. job by Kohler. Sturgis on it now. Butler races over, trying to kick it back into the zone. Marshall kind of pulls it back. Sturgis lost the puck. Does come out. Johnson pushes it in the corner. Kohler races after it. Icing. 1:25 here left in the second. Hawks now up 3-1 with that shot lead of 25-11. Moline, I'm sorry, that's me neighbor. And Relo in the corner with it, number 3. Oh, she gets pushed down. Not hard enough, though, to Bodie pinches down aggressively. Can't hold the puck in the zone, though. Here comes Marshall. Nice play by Bodie, coming in with a good push. Bodie trying to hit the Hawks. Dangerous pass. Knee neighbor. And Blahoviak is going to put the Flames out on that one. .44 seconds left here in the second period. Harmer will take this face off. Marshall wins that one. There's a shot through traffic. Oman peels it up against the wall, up against the boards. Butler pushes it back. Oh, there's a good pass to Callahan. Callahan working through traffic. It's snagged, tangled up there. Callahan still working behind the wall. Farmer trying to kick it up to the D. Can't. Oman steps up. Puck gets past her. Gets knocked backwards. Butler defending. There's a shot. Good stick work out in front to eliminate that shot. Blahoviak watches that one sail by. That'll wrap up the second period. Hawks, a little bit of separation. That period now shots 25-11, and they have that 3-1 lead. So we'll be back. There won't be any little kids playing. It'll be a quick Zamboni in 10 minutes maybe, or less. All right, Hawks take the ice here. Harmer taking the face off. Callahan, Butler, and Dempsey. Ooh, Butler steps into that one. All of a sudden, a 3-on-2. Butler fires that one in. Rebound. Dempsey into the corner. We got to watch number 15 here. Fast ice. She pushes it up. Watch her. She's streaking down the middle. Got to watch her. Shot up and over Blahoviak. Butler will take that one off the board. Flip it up and out of the zone. Tipped. Harmer in pursuit. Ice is still a little wet. Dempsey back behind the net. Takes a swing at it. Callahan drags it out of there. Drags it out of the mud. Up to Butler. Butler fires that one in. Shot. Tipped out in front. It cut a stick. Maybe a shaft of a stick. It changed its angle as the puck moved towards the net. Nice play by Harmer. Butler floats it back into the corner to Harmer. Sturgis behind the net. Harmer will skate off. Butler retreats. Kohler, don't get called for a trip. They got her. The one thing that they wanted to avoid here was a penalty, and Hawks will have to kill. Kohler did just enough to knock that player to the ice. So 15:46 here left in the third. Hawks find themselves on a kill situation. They'll send out Nienaber, Omen, Sturgis, and Johnson to try to start the kill here. Face-offs are important. Let's see if Johnson can pull this back and rip it out. Nope, we can't control that. Sturgis gets tied up and pulled down. Johnson flings it down into the zone. Good play. Sturgis on the attack up front. So spin back around, keep the pressure on. Marshall floats it up. It's a little soft. Omen tries to hold the wall. It's bottled up. Good job by Omen. Sturgis bounces into the corner. Johnson will be after it. Johnson just kind of sucking up time back there. Omen will retreat, I should say. She'll defend. Puck comes tipped in. Omen pulls it back. Defends, gets caught up a bit behind the net. Callahan, Nienaber, defending. Puck comes off the net. Omen goes down to the ice. Here comes a shot by 15. She drags past Johnson. Shot saved. Blahoviak. Like she tried to go 5-hole. Nice move there by 15 of Marshall. The drag and dazzle. And the Hawks will change out that crew. Callahan, Harmer, Butler now out. Callahan can't win that face-off. Marshall cycling here on their power play. Just got to stay on 15 and get in front of her. She likes to dangle. Move the puck around and change angles. There's a shot tipped out in front. Hits a skate. Hawks trying to clear. They can't. Butler with enough on it. She's got some time. She's up against the glass. Puck's going to come back in. It gets kicked. Callahan swipes it. Ejected out of the zone with 30 seconds left on this Marshall power play. They overskate the puck. Harmer in the corner. She gets tied up. Georgia gets a stick. Looks like it got caught up under her jersey. Callahan pressures. Callahan good pressuring against the wall. Not allowing them to enter the zone cleanly. 5 seconds left here on this power play. Hawks. Blahoviak saw that one. Butler. She'll rip that down the ice. And no icing. Hawks first one back there. Dempsey. Oh, that's Dahl. Sorry, Dahl gets eaten up by Marshall. Johnson pressures. Bodie, rip that thing. Bodie, rip that. God, she's got to shoot that. Moline with a chance. Nienaber steps in. We got to get back. Got a 2-on-1 developing here. Bodie gets down defensive position. Good job, Greta Bodie. Defending well. Johnson trying to eject Moline. Perfect. They get it in enough stick on it to get it into the zone. Moline centers it. No one there with a shot opportunity. Williger was in the area. Bodie steps up, trying to get a stick on it. Me neighbor floats back. Goes to Bodie. Bodie trying to hit Sturgis. Sturgis walks in between a couple. Gets it knocked off her stick. She goes into the corner. Johnson looking up to her D, and the puck's going to come out. Omen's going to race after it. Omen throws it over to Butler. Butler looking up ice. Floats it. Hits a high stick. And we'll have a face-off down on this end. Marshall played it with a high stick, so got to keep the stick below your shoulders. So face-off coming. Kohler, Johnson, and Sturgis out here with Omen and Butler. We'll see if Johnson can't pull it back. We'll have to retreat here. Here comes Omen. That gets bottled up. Sturgis, Johnson. Johnson looks around. Good job by Kohler tipping that in. Sturgis stays in. Trying to hit up to her D. Butler, she can't. Here comes Marshall, not able to escape cleanly. Gotta watch 15. Callahan comes off the bench. That's not a penalty. Foul. And 15 will have to go for a change. Omen will pull that one off the wall. Omen up to Callahan. Callahan can't hold it. Omen surveys. Dempsey drives that in. Harmer first to the puck in the corner aggressively. Lizzie trying to pull that back. Hawks will have to pull back out. Omen defending. Puts a stick on it. Stops the puck. Here comes Lizzie. Lizzie centers. Up to Harmer. Harmer dumps it in. 11:05 here left. Hawks. Oops. Picked off by Neighbor. Neighbor had an opportunity there. Pulled it back just a little. Oops. Butler runs into the Marshall player. Here comes Callahan. Callahan. Neighbor diving in. Neighbor doesn't shoot the puck. I heard she was supposed to get $100 if she scored a goal this game at the safety meeting, but maybe it needs to be 1,000. That's a joke with her dad. Neighbor gets pushed aside there by the D, but a recovery there by Neighbor and Blahoviak to make that save. Here comes Dahl on the corner trying to escape. Neighbor gets a good stick on it, and Butler's got to get to the puck here quick. Butler trying to flip it out in front. Hawks struggling a little bit to get it out of the zone. They may ice it right now. Yep. 10:05 here left in the third period. Butler with an icing. That was a good decision there and reset a little bit here. So they'll roll out Kohler, Johnson, and Sturgis. Win these face-offs here. Marshall wins that face-off. There's a shot on Blahoviak. She kicks that aside. Net's open. Puck goes past the post there. Butler with some speed trying to push it up. Gets to the red line. Butler wipes it back. Gets it behind the net to Sturgis. Sturgis tries to center it to Kohler. Kohler battling a lot of stick jousting happening there with Kohler and the Marshall player. Puck comes back in behind the net. Kohler. Sturgis now with it. Puck gets flipped up in the air. Hawks trying to get something going here. 9:30 left in the third. Johnson goes down. Butler. Kohler. Nice flick pass to Bodie. Bodie dives in. She puts the shoulder down. Gets loses an edge. Gets taken down there by Marshall. Bodie puts up to Kohler. Rip that thing. Kohler thought about a slap shot. Does a little dangle. Kohler diving in, tried to center to Johnson. Kohler up to the D to Butler. Butler pushes one towards the net, tipped away. Callahan lurking. Center to Butler. That's going to come out. Bodie couldn't quite hit Callahan. Callahan gets a stick on it again. Marshall retreats. Oh, we got a D up here. Here comes 15 again. She gets past the D. Shot on Blahoviak. Good save. Puck comes up to the top. They fire it in. Deflected. And Savannah tracking the puck really well. Harmer now with it. Hawks defending. Oop, that might be a trip. Nope. Puck comes up and out, and icing. So 8:05 here left in the third. Hawks on their heels a little bit on that shift. Shots now 25-18. Seems like Marshall's creeping up a little bit here in the last couple minutes, putting some pressure on. With Williger taking that face off, she pulls it back to Omen. Omen floats it up against the wall to Moline. Moline with control gets it out. It's Twilliger. Twilliger busting across the red line. Hawks get bottled up. Omen here on the back. And offsides, I guess. Ref on it, pointing to the offsides. So see if Twilliger can pull another one back here. Yep, right to Omen. Omen. Nice pass to Twilliger. Twilliger harassed from the backside. Puck is back in deep. Moline. Oop, gets pushed down. No penalty on there. Hawks will retreat. Omen will pull that one back. Omen works back across the ice. Omen again, weaving through traffic. Pulls it back. Hawks change a couple. Here comes Sturgis. Sturgis walking through. What's up, guys? Sturgis backhands one in. Save. Rebound. Marshall's trying to get it out. Butler does a good job holding it in. Omen's going to step up into that one. They're offside, so Omen will pull back, and they check up. Omen backing out that one. 6:50 here left in the third. Sturgis centers it. Fuller goes down. Johnson fires one in. Glove save. Juicy glove save there by Marshall. Hawks will change. No one. 6:42 left here again. Third shot, 27-18. Face off into the corner. Sturgis has to go past her stick. They look to eject. Omen will peel that one back and look around. She'll go off the boards to Kohler. Kohler pushing it in. Johnson trying to cut the Marshall skater off. Go watch again, number 15. Trying to leak out. Yep. 15 trying to leak out. Callahan comes up. Here comes 15. Omen and Butler. Butler's got to get over there. She still gets to the net. Shot pushed aside. Hawks collapsing on her pretty well. 15 now with the puck again. Good job by Butler. They put a shoulder on her. Knocks her down. Butler trying to hit Kohler. Puck's going to come out. 5:50 here left. Callahan's going to pressure. And offsides. Marshall not able to get back across the blue line. Marshall coaches looking for a penalty call there and wondering what happened behind the net. And yep. Harmer taking the space off. Callahan. They pull it back. Bodie. Hawks trying to kick it out of there. Here comes Harmer up against the wall. She's got Lizzie on the backside. Lizzie, ooh, good stick there by Marshall. Hawks got to retrieve here. Retreat. Good stick by Nienaber. Callahan. Good back check. Puck turned over in front. Blahoviak thought go by her. She's got to get back into position. Nienaber gets knocked down. Flips it up against the boards. 5:10 left here in the third. Hawks Pressuring up on top. Good job by Harmer. Puck comes out. Sturgis. Callahan with a good little shove there. Butler. Oh, that was Nienaber that went down, actually. I saw the one. Harmer swings and misses. Trying to push it out of the zone. They overskate it. Hawks turn it over right in front with 15. Trying to get some shots on the net. Then 15 is their good player. They got to keep an eye on her. She's right in front of the net by herself. 4:35 here left. There's her shot. Wahoviak kicks it in the corner. 15 now with it. She pushes it backwards. Nienaber, the good stick. Nienaber is trying to get it out. Hawks kicking it around a little bit. There he get it out. Good job by Harmer. Hawks will change. 15 again. Hawks caught them change there. Nice play by Butler. Skating through the stick. Textbook play by Butler. Johnson pulls that off. No icing. Icing waved off. Johnson out in front. Here comes 15. Got to defend. Know where she's going to go. Good job. Omen defends that well. Holds her ground. Doesn't allow her to drag that through. Goes off Omen's shin. Hawks unable to clear, though. Omen peels it back patiently. Finds Sturgis up the wall. Sturgis looking for an escape. Turns it over in front. Shot goes wide. Hawks get it out of the zone. Kohler with one to beat. Here comes the breakaway. Kohler defended well by Marshall. Kohler went for a backhand. Centered. Shot. Save. Marshall. Marshall goalie with some good positioning. Hawks unable to capitalize there. 3:05 left. 29-19 on shots. 3:05 left here in the third. Puck comes into the corner here. And going to slide up the wall. Butler does a good job pinching down hard and keeping the puck in. Here comes 15. Moline pulls it back. Moline looking to center, gets it knocked off her stick. She stays. Oh, they're gonna call Moline for a hook, which I don't know about that. I just call kind of not sure on that one. And timeout coming, Marshall. So Moline's in the box for a hook. .241 here left. And their goalie is still in. Hawks got to kill 2 minutes. Let's see. Clean face-off win. Puck comes out, though. Ooh. Kohler with the pressure, getting deep. She gets plastered into the boards there. It wasn't plastered, just pushed, gently pushed. Neighbor steps into it. Callahan steps into it. Callahan gets stick by Lizzie. Lizzie with a good individual effort there. Staying on 15. Here comes 15, working it up. Got to defend. She's going to go. Good job by Butler. She gets through traffic. Włochowiak makes a great save. 15 able to even get through there. Marshall kicking it around a little bit. They get it behind the net. Up to the top. Emma Butler ripped that thing down the ice. Can't get full stick on it. Neighbor goes down. Centers. We just got to get the puck out of there. Puck stays in. 1:36 left. There's a shot. Save Włochowiak. Net comes off. And we'll have a stoppage in play. Hawks look to change a few. We'll roll out Butler, Omen, Harmer, and Sturgis for the remainder of 52 seconds on this power play for Marshall. See if Harmer can pull this back. She can't. Marshall wins that face-off. Puck comes into the corner. Butler harasses it. Omen's going to get there. Tries to push it up the sidewall. Sturgis battling. Sturgis kicks it out. From what I saw. Nope. Omen tries to go off the wall. Sturgis again trying to pound it out. Hawks. There's a shot on Włochowiak. They score. We have a 3-2 game now. We capitalize on that power play. Kohler dives in with Sturgis. Good job by Kohler. Hawks just trying to work it. Bodie fires one in. That's deflected. Good job, Johnson. Hawks just got to stay. Good job, Sturgis. Marshall player goes down. It's got to keep him bottled up. Don't let him escape. Kohler, Omen. Omen pulls it back on her stick. Let's get deep, Mayer. Mayer fires it in deep. 22 seconds left here. Hawks change a bunch. That's going to be an icing on Marshall. That's a big icing call there. 14 seconds left. Let's see what Larry does. Larry elected to call a timeout. He looks around. We'll keep this group on the ice. Let's send out got to watch him escape here. Good job by Neighbor holding the line. Just get it deep. Harmer, puck on her stick. Harmer. 5 seconds left. And that'll wrap it up. Hawks win 3-2. Minus some drama there at the end, but they come away victorious. So, next game for this crew is against Orono on Tuesday night. And that's in Orono. That'll be a good tilt.